everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Anna.
And I'm James. Today we're starting a little mini-series where we explore some really useful English words. Instead of giving you just boring dictionary definitions, we'll make it fun, conversational, and packed with examples.
Exactly. Think of this like spending time with two friends who love talking about language. We'll cover 10 words in total, but we'll break it into 4 parts so you can digest them more easily.
Today, we'll begin with the word quality. It's one of those words that shows up everywhere, in shops, in business meetings, in relationships, even in the way people talk about food.
So let's start with the basic meaning. When people use quality on its own, it often means very good. For example, the shop has been selling quality goods for over a century. Or, we focus on quality. We want to be the best.
Right. You might also hear someone say, that restaurant is pure quality. It's almost like calling something excellent.
But here's the important part. Quality doesn't always mean something positive. It's about how good or how bad something is. For example, I'm afraid the quality of your work isn't good enough.
Ouch. That sounds like something my old manager used to say.
Did it hurt?
Well, let's just say after that, I had a lot more free time.
So you can see how the word quality can be used in both positive and negative ways. It's flexible.
And there's another layer. Quality can also mean a characteristic of something or someone. For example, your kindness is your best quality.
Or when you're cooking, keep mixing the sauce until it has a smooth quality. So here, quality isn't about good or bad, it's about a feature, a property.
Exactly. And in everyday conversation, you'll often hear phrases like high quality, poor quality, or quality time.
Yes, quality time is a lovely expression. It means time that's meaningful, not just sitting next to each other scrolling on your phones. For example, I want to spend some quality time with my family this weekend.
And honestly, I think that's what people need more of. Less screen time, more quality time.
Couldn't agree more. So, quick recap, quality can mean something good, it can refer to how good or bad something is, and it can mean a characteristic.
Perfect summary. And now we can move on to our next word, capacity.
Yes, capacity has 2 main meanings. The first one is about the total amount that can be produced or contained. For example, the farm is working at full capacity. It can't produce any more milk.
Or the export capacity of the country has increased in recent years.
Exactly. And the second meaning is a person's ability to do something. Like, you can get the promotion. The skills needed are not beyond your capacity.
That's a nice motivational phrase. Imagine your teacher saying, "Don't worry, learning English is within your capacity."
Very encouraging. And there's a useful expression, at capacity. It means completely full. For example, the stadium is at capacity. No tickets left.
Or, "This class has reached capacity. I'll add you to the waiting list."
Which is very common in real life, sometimes frustrating, but very common.
So, to wrap up part 1, we learned quality and capacity, 2 very practical words.
And in the next episode, we'll talk about cause and appropriate. Stay tuned. Welcome back to part 2 of our mini-series. In the last episode, we explored quality and capacity. Today, we're moving on to 2 more really useful words, cause and appropriate.
Let's dive right in with cause. As a verb, it means to make something happen, and usually it's something negative. For example, I didn't cause the accident, it was him.
Or, the flooding was caused by heavy rainfall. That's a very common structure, caused by.
Right, and as a noun, cause means the reason something happened. Like, the cause of the fire is still being investigated.
Or, bad posture is the cause of your back pain. I always think of back pain when I hear the word cause, maybe because I sit at my desk too long.
Same here. But cause also has another layer. It can mean the reason you feel in a particular way. For example, Your low grades in maths are a cause for concern.
And the opposite. Passing that exam is a real cause for celebration.
So cause for concern, cause for celebration, cause for complaint, these are all really common expressions.
Exactly. And of course, one of my favorites, for a good cause. Like raising money for charity is hard work, but it's for a good cause.
That one makes English feel more human, right? It's not just about logic, it's about values. Doing something for a good cause means it's meaningful and worthwhile.
Yes, so to sum up, cause is about reasons. Reasons something happens, reasons we feel a certain way, or reasons for doing something.
Nicely put. Now let's look at appropriate. This one is interesting because it works both as an adjective and a verb. Let's start with the adjective. Appropriate means suitable or right for a specific occasion or situation. For example, is it appropriate to wear trainers to a conference?
Or, is this film appropriate for children under 5? That's a very common sentence you'll see on websites or film posters.
Absolutely. You'll also find it in official rules or health advice. It is essential to have the appropriate vaccinations before traveling.
Or, there are recommendations on appropriate levels of salt in food.
Exactly. So the adjective appropriate appears a lot in semi-formal or formal English. Now, as a verb, it has a very different meaning. To appropriate something means to take and use it, often without permission.
Right. For example, she was fired for appropriating millions from the business.
Or, the poet was accused of appropriating ideas from another writer.
And one important note, the pronunciation changes. The adjective is appropriate, while the verb is appropriate.
That's a classic English trick, isn't it? Same spelling, different pronunciation, different meaning.
Yes, English loves to keep learners on their toes.
So let's recap part 2. We covered cause, which is all about reasons, and appropriate, which is about being suitable, or sometimes about stealing something without permission.
Perfect. In the next episode, we'll explore the word consider and then the many meanings of the little preposition over.
Stick around because those 2 words show up everywhere in English.
Welcome back to part 3 of our series. In the last episode, we explored cause and appropriate. Today, we'll take a closer look at 2 really flexible words, consider and over.
Let's start with consider. It's a verb, and it basically means to think about something carefully. For example, I'm going to take some time to consider, then I'll tell you my decision.
Or, I'm considering how we can best use our time. You can hear that it's about pausing, reflecting, not rushing.
Exactly. Another way we use it is similar to taking something into account. Like, she's learned so much considering how late she started the course.
That's a really common structure, using considering to add extra information.
And of course, you can use it with an object and an adjective. For example, I consider him to be the best writer of his generation.
Or, I consider her an expert. It's a way of expressing your judgment or opinion.
So the big idea, consider is about spending time thinking, taking details into account, or describing how you see someone or something.
Nicely summarized. Considering that, I think we're ready for our next word, over.
Oh, over is a small word, but it's like a Swiss Army knife. It has so many uses. Let's start with the physical meaning, in a higher position than something else. For example, the car goes over the bridge.
Exactly. Or when you cover something, I put a blanket over the presents to hide them.
With verbs like fall, trip, or roll, over can mean fall down, like she fell over and hurt her knee.
Another super common meaning is more than, like this scarf cost over 30 pounds.
And finally, over can also mean finished, like this lesson is over.
That one probably makes students happiest.
Absolutely. And don't forget phrases like come over, meaning visit someone's home, or look over, meaning check something quickly.
Yes. And over means again and again. Like, I've listened to that song over and over.
So, in summary,
Over can mean higher, covering, falling, more than, finished, or even again and again. It's one of those tiny words that does a lot of heavy lifting.
And here's a tip. If you want to improve your English quickly, pay attention to these little prepositions. They show up in hundreds of phrases, and each phrase adds new life to your English.
I completely agree. So, quick recap of part 3. We explored consider, which is about thinking, reflecting, and judging. And we looked at over, which has a whole family of meanings, physical, abstract, and idiomatic.
Exactly. In the next and final episode, we'll explore 4 more words: paint, general, energy, and problems. That'll give you a strong finish to this mini-series.
And trust me, you don't want to miss.
Welcome to Part 4, the final episode in this series. We've already looked at quality, capacity, cause, appropriate, consider, and over. Today, we're going to wrap up with 4 more words: paint, general, energy, and problems.
Let's start with paint. As a noun, it's simple. It's a colored liquid that makes things look nice. For example, I need to buy some paint for the living room.
Right. As a verb, the first meaning is to put paint on something, usually with a brush, like I'm going to paint this wall yellow, or the table was painted green.
Another meaning is to make a picture using paint, like the artist painted a portrait of me, or she painted the landscape beautifully.
And don't forget the more general use, to apply a liquid with a brush, even if it's not paint. For example, paint the pastry with egg before putting it in the oven.
Or paint the wood preserver on the fence to protect it. So paint can be about changing color, creating art, or just brushing liquid on a surface.
Now let's move to general.
As an adjective, it's similar to common. For example, there is general interest in protecting the environment.
Or the general mood of the employees is positive. It means most people share the same feeling.
Another meaning is basic or without detail, like this presentation will give you a general idea of the project.
Or we only agreed the plan in general terms. That means there's still a lot to discuss.
And of course, the phrase in general, like in general, I eat healthily.
Or, in general, I like reading all kinds of books. It means usually or most of the time.
Okay, next is energy. This word has 3 main uses. First, it's the power that people and animals have that lets them move and think. Like, I'm full of energy today.
Or the opposite, I don't even have the energy to cook dinner.
The second meaning is power for machines and homes. For example, green energy, like solar power, is important for the future.
Or you can save energy by unplugging your chargers.
And finally, energy can describe a vibe, a feeling, like this city has such an infectious energy.
Or your negative energy makes me uncomfortable. So energy is about physical power, natural resources, or the atmosphere people create.
And that brings us to our final word, problems. Everyone has them.
True, but there are many ways to describe them. You can face or encounter problems. For example, the company has faced many problems this year.
Or, I encountered many problems at university.
If the problems are many and constant, you can say you're beset with problems or dogged by problems. Like, this project has been beset with problems since the beginning.
Or, the trip was dogged by technical problems.
And if something causes problems, we can say it brings or poses them. For example, studying too much brings its own problems.
Or, this new way of working is posing some problems.
And that's it. We've covered 10 powerful words: quality, capacity, cause, appropriate, consider, over, paint, general, energy, and problems.
That's a pretty strong list. Each word has multiple meanings, and we've shown how flexible English can be.
Hopefully, by hearing them in context, you now feel ready to use them naturally.
And remember, learning new words isn't just about memorizing definitions. It's about practicing them, creating your own sentences, and noticing them in everyday life.
Exactly. So go out there, try these words in conversations, and see how they fit into your daily English.
Thanks for joining us in this 4-part series. It's been fun, and we hope it's been helpful too.
Until next time, take care and may all your English learning be high quality.
Bye, everyone.